question for you guys.
Yes.
In his entire filmography, is there one movie that particularly speaks to you, and if so, why? And if not, why do you think his style doesn't grab you?
I think for me it's probably Terminator 2. Because it's like what strikes me about it. It's been a little while since I've seen it, but what strikes me is that what I remember most isn't the car chases or the gunfights or the robots dueling each other. Those are spectacular, and it's great. But what sticks out to me are the quiet moments of Sarah Connor watching her son bond with the Terminator and sort of like basically making her last will and testament in her head, and just the no fate but what we make ideology. And that stands out to me as like, this is a huge action movie, one of the most widely regarded, like best regarded action movies ever, and it's got something more going on. It's about parenthood. It's about fate versus choice. It's about dealing with technology and the fear of technology, but also the good it can do. It's about the Terminator learning to be human. It's all these things going on, wrapped up in this movie with car chases and explosions. And so I think that's my favorite of his movies. I want to watch it again now.
You made me want to watch it again.
It's an interesting question. I don't think I can pick just one at this moment. I would say it would be between Titanic, Aliens, and Terminator 2, all for different reasons. For just Hollywood filmmaking, popcorn entertainment, definitely T2 and Aliens. But in terms of complexity and storytelling and what was going on, I think Titanic had a pretty big impact with me for a lot of different reasons. Of course, touching on his whole theme of being pessimistic about technology, he was making a commentary on society. So a lot of what was going on in Titanic still resonates with me, even now.
Sorry, go ahead.
After I got done watching Titanic, the thing that stuck out to me is that it may not be like the best written screenplay, but it's one of the most well constructed that I've seen, because it's all the right beats. It's that, like, Jack and Rose trying to get off the ship, trying to get to safety. It's this constant, like, one thing after another of just obstacles in their path, and that's what makes Jack dying so much more palpable, is that they fought so hard. There are all these little moments where it's like, they're gonna be okay, they're not, they are, and it's this crazy roller coaster, and that's how you do a tragedy really well, is that it's not just one thing or another, it's all the way through. You gotta have those peaks and valleys.
Yeah. There are even some like repetitive moments, where like they get to the deck, but then they have to go back down. And like, rather than being annoying or tiresome, I actually think that's what makes it so potent.
Yeah.
The up, the down, the struggle. I have to echo both of you guys' sentiments at once. Terminator 2 is my second favorite. Titanic's at number 1 for me. I mean, I think I found both of them really beautiful and moving in different ways for a lot of the reasons you guys said. Titanic I give a slight edge to, though, because partly just to the wondrousness of the spectacle. I remember just seeing the part where he sees like the dolphins swimming in the water for the first time, and just something about it was like, wow, it's really kind of.
Did you feel like the king of the world?
I did feel like the king of the world. But as hokey as the romance between Jack and Rose is, I really buy it. I really do think it's it's moving. You know, you jump, I jump. I mean, it's very simple, but it's also very very tender. I mean, I think it. I think it's like, you know, a lot of his work. You know, it can initially seem hackneyed, but then you find some real truth in it. You know, some layers, some emotion.
I don't know if this was deliberate, but I would say the romance between Jack and Rose was very old Hollywood.
Yeah.
And a lot of people appreciate it if you think of it in those terms, but compared to modern Hollywood now, I mean it's hokey. But if you put it back in time, it works, and it probably makes a lot of sense to present it that way because of the time that it takes place in.
Yeah,
it probably makes sense to present it.
It's very much a fantasy. Like, here's this boy who's lower class, so he's real, but he's pretty, and he doesn't have any diseases or anything like that. And he's an artist. He's a free spirit, and he's come to sweep you off your feet. And it's a fantasy, but it works. And what's wrong with it being a fantasy?
Yeah. That's even one thing I think that makes it so powerful. Like, you know, like they say at the end, oh, we never found any record of Jack, and she's like, no, there wouldn't be, would there? It's almost like he was a ghost, like, you know, like some kind of spirit sent to help her. Like that moment when you first see him around the card table, it's like he just sort of springs up out of nothing. You know, not much backstory. You know, I don't know. There's something kind of like ethereal and romantic about that, I think.
Yeah. This is me being someone who's seen Leonardo DiCaprio's later movies, but the part where he goes, "You want to come see a real party?" Come like this, and immediately my mind flashed to Wolf of Wall Street. So I thought it would be like popping Quaaludes and run around the stock office or something.
Who exertions below deck were no doubt exhausted, and like.
The Titanic had a little chop. That's
Oh,
all.
yeah.
It had a little chop.
Cuts to Rose and tells her, "Get the loons."
I will not die sober.
Before I go, Rose, just pass me one more loo.